Imagine being a king on the run, your kingdom collapsing, your people terrorized. You're hiding in a swamp, with nothing but mud, reeds, and the last remnants of a broken army. This isn't a fantasy story. This was the grim reality for Alfred of Wessex in the late 9th century. The great heathen army of the Vikings had swept across England, conquering kingdom after kingdom. Wessex, the last Saxon stronghold, was on the brink of extinction. And its king, Alfred, was a fugitive in his own land, cornered in the marshlands of Athelney. For many, this would have been the end. But for Alfred, it was the beginning of one of history's most incredible comebacks. Down but not out, he used his time in the wilderness not to despair, but to plan. He sent out messengers, rallying loyal fighters from across the countryside. He wasn't just rebuilding an army, he was rethinking warfare itself. He knew he couldn't beat the Vikings at their own game on land without a solid defense. So he initiated a brilliant system of fortified towns called burhs. These were more than just forts. They were interconnected strongholds, strategically placed so no part of his kingdom was more than a day's ride from safety. They became centers of commerce and defense, garrisons from which his reorganized army could quickly respond to any raid. The Vikings were raiders who thrived on speed and surprise. Alfred's burhs took that advantage away. But Alfred knew the Vikings' greatest strength was their control of the seas and rivers. They came by boat, and they could retreat by boat. How do you fight a naval power? You build a better navy. Alfred commissioned the construction of new, larger ships. These weren't just copies of Viking longships. They were designed to be higher, faster, and more stable, giving his sailors a crucial advantage in combat. He essentially created the foundation of the future Royal Navy. With his new army, his network of burhs, and his fledgling navy, Alfred was ready. In 878, he emerged from the marshes and confronted the Viking leader Guthrum and his army at the Battle of Edington. The clash was ferocious, but Alfred's revitalized forces were unstoppable. They won a decisive victory, a victory that didn't just win a battle but saved a nation. The treaty that followed established the Danelaw, formally dividing England but securing the future of the Anglo-Saxons. Alfred's work wasn't done. He was more than a warrior, he was a scholar. He believed that the Viking raids had not only destroyed buildings, but had also nearly wiped out learning and culture. So, he launched a massive revival. He learned Latin himself and personally translated great works of philosophy and history into Old English, so his people could read them. He established schools and brought scholars from across Europe to his court. He reformed the law, creating a single code for all his people. He wasn't just rebuilding a kingdom, he was forging an identity, a culture, a unified England. From the swamps of Athelney, Alfred the Great didn't just save his kingdom. He laid the groundwork for the nation of England we know today. He is the only English monarch ever to be called the Great, and it's a title he truly earned. Thanks for watching. If you found this story of resilience and genius as amazing as I do, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most fascinating moments. See you next time.